Hey, everybody. Welcome to our quarterly webinar series, spotlighting applications available in our App Store. We're going to go ahead and get started. Today's highlight will focus on Playbook Activity Manager. This application will simplify building for repetitive processes across departments and industries. So my name is Allie DeSantis. I am the Solutions Project Manager, and I'm joined today by Brandon Roberts, one of our extraordinary architects on the team. Please remember to use the Q&A for any questions throughout the presentation, and there will also be time at the end if there's any questions. Before we get started, we have a couple of plugs. We have Submerse, our deep dive in-person training, which is global. We have 3 upcoming training events in 3 different parts of the world. April 23rd through the 25th in Hyderabad, India, May 14th through the 16th in Virginia Beach at our newly renovated world headquarters, and May 28th through the 30th in Stockholm, Sweden. It's a 3-day event. We will have a beginner track for those that are new to decisions, and then we have a master class for those with at least a year of experience. We'd love for you to attend. You can sign up at our website at decisions.com/events. Go ahead and get signed up today. We've also got some upcoming free webinars on Thursday, March 28th from 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. We have an analyst insight for adopting a digital decisioning platform. And then Thursday, April 4th, also from 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time, we've got showcasing how to automate support ticket analysis using ChatGPT. Go to decisions.com/events to register. And then in case you missed it in our previous webinars, spotlighting our App Store applications, you can watch them on our YouTube page, decisions.com/videos. Additionally, we have other great webinars on a variety of use cases available on demand. Just a little reminder here, we'll save some time for Q&A at the end, but if you don't have to wait to ask any of your questions. Feel free to use the Q&A or chat function in Zoom to submit questions at any time. We'll seek to answer those as soon as they come in. So let's get into it. For our agenda today, we'll review the what and why of accelerators in the App Store. For those of you that are new to our series or just need a refresher, and then we'll talk about what's been newly released and available for download. Then we have Brandon, who's going to do a walkthrough demo of our Playbook Activity Manager, which is available new in the App Store. And I'll let you know how you can get access to these and all the applications in the App Store, and then finally talk about what's next on our roadmap for Q2. So let's first talk about the solutions team. Again, I'm Allie. I'm a project manager. I work closely with Althea and Brandon, our amazing solutions architects, under the guidance of Will Pedersen, the VP of Customer Experience, and our dedicated developers, Stephanie, Sufyan, Sajinya, Mahesh, Ayushi, Srikar, and Shandana. So our team is dedicated to building applications that help our customers accelerate their projects into production. Our team of expert developers deliver projects to the App Store that address common pain points in development so that your use cases can go into production faster. So what are our App Store accelerators? So we highlight what is possible building in Decisions with pre-built microservices that deliver valuable applications that would have otherwise need to be purchased or developed, reducing time to value and encouraging new projects for your backlog. All of our projects are built using Decisions best practices, and they're built by the Decisions experts and come complete with documentation. So we're going to take a look at what's new in the App Store. As a reminder, the Decisions App Store is available at no additional cost to all users in the studio under the My Apps folder, and is located with various applications for download that will assist you in development. So first up, last quarter, we had Change Control Manager. This application provides a place for users to easily configure and track changes for resources added to their system, using automated assignments that are tailored for different activities. Users can easily trace and understand the history for any resource modification. Then we released Critical Shift Manager, which allows a centralized platform to manage multiple teams for tracking shift availability and forecasting staffing needs. This application can scale to meet the needs of any team of any size or complexity. Then we added continuous deployment, which allows users to be able to deploy a continuous deployment tool that can integrate with common CI/CD tools such as Azure DevOps. And then we also just added our HTML starter pack. This allows users to create dynamic HTML tables usable in other parts of other projects. All right, and then lastly, we released Playbook Activity Manager, which we will be demoing here for you in a moment today. This application can be extremely useful for any company that routinely completes repetitive tasks in a process. This application comes with customizable notifications and the flexibility to create different workflows for various roles or departments. So I'm going to turn it over to Brandon, who's going to show you some more cool things that application can do.
All right, and everyone should be seeing our Empower Studio. And so, my name is Brandon Roberts. I'm one of the solution architects, and we'll be going into Playbook Manager, starting with how do I get a hold of it? Playbook Manager, like Ali mentioned, is one of our many apps in the App Store. As long as you have a decision to install, you have access to this app. You'll come to your My Apps folder first, and you'll look for it along with our other apps. Let's see here, Playbook Activity Manager. You'll go to Details, and then you'll select Install, and you'll give it a name. Now, you can name it Playbook Activity Manager, but you can name it anything that you really want. For now, I'll just keep it to Playbook Activity Manager. And then Install. And this will take a few minutes to install itself, but this is pulling it directly from our App Store. And to go a bit into it, like Ali said, this is for us to build playbooks. And so in our world, playbooks are, repetitive tasks that you like to, be done by your team, whether that's something like employee onboarding or any sort of task that you can think of. The idea here is that any task that you need that's repetitive enough that you see yourself launching, multiple times, in a quarter or in a couple weeks or even in a month, is something that you can use as Playbook Activity Manager for. And so this will install for a bit. Let me refresh my screen really quick. And you can see it here. And it is still installing. One thing that you'll see once it's installed, we'll get a little pop-up saying that the install is complete. You will also see the Playbook Activity Manager show up here as an installed app. So we will give it a few more minutes here, and then we'll be ready to get going with this. While we wait for it to fully finish, and it looks like it's finishing up now, the pop-up should be coming up in a bit. So we'll start digging into it. So when you install it, you'll get your Playbook Activity Manager folder, as well as the Designer Entities folder and a Playbook Manager View folder. Once you come into your Playbook Manager Views, you'll see it's still updating here, but it has successfully installed, and you will have a default team. Your decisions as our default team, and this will also come with our employee onboarding playbook that is already predefined. Now, say you're already happy with employee onboarding, but you want to change the team name and the owner. All you have to do is right-click a playbook, and you can edit your playbook team here and set the name to whatever you need to. You also have the option to create a playbook team, as well as you can see any open activities that you have or any open assignments that are generated from a playbook. So for now, we'll go to our playbook teams and we'll look into employee onboarding. And so we'll go into the employee onboarding. This is the employee onboarding playbook, and you can see that we have a number of activities. Now, activities are essentially assignments, general assignments that will be assigned once you launch this playbook. You can see we have about 8 assignments here, and we have them in sequence numbers and the instructions here as well as admins. And so the sequence number is the order of when the assignments are being generated or assigned. And so if I launch this playbook, the first assignment I'll get here would be the submit employee onboarding, followed by the other activities within the sequence number. Now, each of these activities you're able to edit or remove once they've been added. And when we edit them, we can set certain things like the sequence number. We can change the activity name. We can choose the group that it's responsible for, as well as if comments are required. We can also give it an assignment type. We can give it an additional state after the assignment is completed. And we can choose from 5 simple types that we currently have for activities. So you have simple text entry activity, a checklist activity, a file upload activity, a multi-select drop-down activity, and a contact info activity. These are out-of-the-box activities that we can use, as well as giving instructions for the user as to what this activity does. Coming back to Playbook Manager views, I have this playbook. How do I, with this playbook, we can keep track of everything. So how do I do that? You can go into your playbook team and you can see all the playbooks that are in that are associated with that playbook team. And you can see the activities here for that template. Now you can edit the playbook team from here, or you can add an additional playbook. You can also look at the launch playbooks that have already ran. So once you launch a playbook, you'll be able to go into this playbook and you'll be able to see exactly what activity it's at and what task needs to be finished there. So it looks like we have a Q&A question. Why do multiple activities have the same sequence number? That's a very great question. That's for a scenario where you have multiple activities that need to either go to multiple groups at the same time. So say we've submitted the employee onboarding. Okay, well now in this case, we could say, I need some IT tasks. Like I need a laptop set up. I need to get a new clean machine set up for him. I can have an additional task here that gets assigned to IT at the same time as the employee onboarding is finished, as well as while we're gathering, requests, gathering a bio and a picture. And that will control when those assignments are getting generated. So you can generate multiple assignments at the same time. And so let's go ahead and create a playbook. I'm going to create a really quick, simple one. And we're going to create a playbook team and a playbook for, say, we're an auto company and we're going to be setting up a test drive. So we'll just call this team webinar. And I'll go ahead and set up my email address as the owner here. And you'll see we have team webinar. We'll jump into the team webinar here. And right now I don't have any playbooks. So I'll go ahead and add a playbook to my team. We'll just say test drive process. And you'll see we have our playbook here as well as no activity set. So next we'll go ahead and add our first activity. So sequence number 1, and we'll just say get customer information. We'll set this to me as an admin user. We'll make this comments. We'll say assignment type information gathering. We'll set the state of the completion as customer info gathered. And we'll make this a simple contact info and instructions for whoever you want to give this task to, whatever salesman you want to give this to. We'll say, please gather the information for your customer. And we have this activity. We'll go ahead and add a couple other activities. say schedule test drive king, or we'll just say schedule test drive. Again, I'll just make this an admin task. We'll make it comments required. We'll say test drive setup. And we'll just set the state out of completion test drive set up. And this time we will do a checklist. And when we select checklist, we'll see we have a list of options. And so we'll make this like a checklist of things that we need to get for the schedule or to schedule it. So schedule time, get, let's say, get vehicle, and let's say, oh, actually get vehicle with requested features. And then let's say, let's look for, they want to pay now, or do they want to, are they looking to buy? To buy. That way, we'll know if this customer is looking to buy or just test driving and testing the waters. So set up test drive with customer. Make sure to get vehicle, get requested test drive vehicle, and confirm if customer wants to buy. And then we'll want to add one more activity. We'll say, we'll make this number 3. And we'll say test drive vehicle prep. Again, I'm just going to assign this to admin. You can see we have all our groups here. So you can choose any group that you want to assign this to. And we'll say vehicle prep equal is ready. And this time we're going to just use a simple text. And actually, we'll do a checklist again. We'll just have a checklist for vehicles. So vehicle make, vehicle model, gas full, then driver tag. Get vehicle ready for test drive. Done. And so we have our three tasks for this playbook. And then we'll go ahead and right click our playbook and we'll say launch playbook. And we'll say webinar test drive and launch. Now this is going ahead and launching the assignments for this. Now, when this playbook is generated, this is essentially a case. And you'll see that I have this test drive process, this playbook, and we'll hop into it. And right now it's just an empty folder because I haven't completed any assignments. But if I come here and let's say we'll jump back to views, jump to my open activities, you'll see right now I have my test drive process and you'll only see that assignment. And that's because that is the number one sequence assignment. So I'll go ahead and complete the task here. We'll say managers8.8.com. We'll give it a little start date of this. And you'll see I get this next assignment. You'll notice that I have this extra one. That's because this is using a checklist or a comment separated list, and it's catching a new value. Now, that's because I actually added an enter and then gave a new line character, so it counts as another item. But as long as you don't do that, that'll be fine. So once this is done, I'll go ahead and say test drive set up. We'll complete the task. And then the last one is vehicle ready for test drive. We'll jump through and say we got everything. Vehicle is prepped. And we'll complete the task. So now all my open activities are done. We jump back to Playbook Teams. We look into Team Webinar, and we look at Launch Playbooks, and we can see that the playbook is completed. And we can come in here, and then we can see all the assignments. We can even go and view the required form. You can see the inputs that were used for this assignment. So this is a really simple sort of demo of this, but it really shows that you can build any sort of process with this. I just did a simple test drive process. I'm not a car salesman or sales manager, so I don't know what else could go into this, but you can, there are a lot more steps into this process. I just really did it really simple. But any sort of repeatable process that you have, you can create a playbook from it, and you can go into it and see, exactly where it's at, what steps need to be done. You can control what groups need to do the work, when you need to assign that. If you have multiple teams that need to get assigned at the same time, you can, configure this to do that as well. Does anyone have any questions about that? Free to use the chat if you do, or if you want to wait until the end of our webinar, you can ask questions there. So a little bit how this works. Like I mentioned before, the playbooks are a bunch of case entities where we store all the assignment data. The playbook activity types are, can you schedule the playbook to be fired off automatically? Not out of the box, I don't believe so. It is still a manual launch action, but like most of our flows, once you have it in, you can mess with the logic as needed. And so that can be done manually, or we could, that could be something that we could add in future versions of this. That is also something, if you guys see something that you'd like to see with these projects in the App Store, you can contact us, and we would be more than happy to, improve and add new features to this tool. And the second question, does the playbook application allow for flows to be triggered at certain points of the playbook, or is it manual interaction from an end user? These are all manual interactions from an end user. So these are just lists of assignments that get triggered once another assignment has been completed. But again, we give you this out of the box. These are just, this is the basics tool, but if you'd like, we could definitely give a more in-depth demo as to like everything that's built in, if you'd like to add more of that logic yourself. I'll go ahead and turn this back over to Allie. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Brandon. So again, Brandon showed just a kind of high-level view of the playbook. Happy if anybody has any features they'd like us to add, we can do an in-depth demo, talk about what was built and what we maybe can do to enhance it. If you're interested in any of the other applications, please also let us know. You can contact us directly at accelerators@decisions.com. We'd love the opportunity to meet with you. So coming up next for the App Store, the solutions team will continue building some cross-industry applications, as well as our community site, which we are getting ready to launch with our marketplace. So for our projects, we have AI Coaching Call, which uses AI to provide sales coaching and scoring from recorded sales calls. In addition, we have Compliance Review, which will allow users to create compliance actions for roll-up reporting on a monthly or annual basis. And then we have Account Registration, which will give users a ready-to-use application for setting up accounts. And then lastly, we want to introduce our new Decisions community and marketplace. We've been talking a lot about it, and it's been an ongoing initiative that we're super excited about. The community site currently houses the new forum where you can exchange ideas and information for best practices and decisions. So if you remember back last year, we took our forum down for a little while. We've relaunched our new forum at the new site. You can access our documentation and training links there, as well as in upcoming months, we'll be adding important events and initiatives. And then, as I said, we are going to go live on April 1st with our Decisions App Store Marketplace. This will be a central location to showcase and browse projects and applications built in Decisions where users can download or purchase directly. As a contributor on the marketplace, our customers and partners will gain exclusive access to self-managed portal where they can add content and publish applications. Contributors can connect directly with their target audience and gain insights for growth opportunities. Like I said, April 1st, we would love to have interested customers get involved, so you can contact me for more information and how you can set up your account. In addition to individual contributors on our community site, you'll also find all of the solutions team accelerators in the App Store. So make sure to visit community.decisions.com to see what's new and browse the applications beginning April 1st. So how you get access to the App Store accelerators currently. All of the accelerators are available at no additional cost for V8 and newer platform users. Located, as Brandon showed, in the Decision Studio in the My Apps folder. They all come with thorough documentation and YouTube videos. You can also join me quarterly for these webinars to review what's new. And like I said, we will soon be able to visit the marketplace to browse and download these applications right from the catalog of projects. So we appreciate everyone joining today, and we would love to get your feedback. As Brandon was going through the Q&A on some different feature requests, that's the kind of feedback that we're looking for, so we know how to enhance these. Also, what you'd like to see in the App Store in the future, or even how we can implement any of these projects into your use cases. If you'd like to schedule a demo, please reach out to us at accelerators@decisions.com or reach out directly to your customer success manager. We have just a couple minutes maybe left if we want to open it up for any additional questions from the audience. I do see there's a couple in the chat. I'm not sure which are new.
There was one. There was a question I forgot to. I had answered the wrong way. There was a question: is the Decisions forum the same as Decisions Slack channel? The answer is no. We have a Decisions public Slack, but we have our new Decisions forum at community.decisions.com, where you can ask questions and our support team will come back and answer any sort of questions that you guys have. So it's really, we put the link in our chat here. It's a really, it's a really good knowledge base for a lot of things, decisions, and you'll be getting answers from our support experts.
There was another question, if there's any other questions regarding this feature in the future, who to contact. You can contact either your customer success manager if you have one. If not, you can email us at accelerators@decisions.com, and myself or somebody from our team will be happy to set up a call or answer a question if it's quick and easy, whatever's easiest for you. Right, I think we went just a couple minutes over. If nobody has anything else, really appreciate everyone joining and enjoy the rest of your day.